It's disappointing for them. Third year in a row they've gone out at this stage, but you've got to give it to Heidelberg. Like they said in commentary, they didn't sit back and try and just put all their men behind the ball. They played their football and they kept going and they deserved the win.
Well, Roy, you said that they probably wouldn't have the legs, but they found a way, even though they were limping around. I mean, it was just that bit of grit, determination, and, man, they're there doing it on their home patch. It was great for them to fight through and to get those 2 goals.
No, it was terrific scenes, well deserved. I think Mariners ran out of ideas in the end, to be quite honest. They've got a bit of work to do. But yeah, Josh Pinn took his second goal especially very well. And the third goal there, Sharif Aidara's step over is iconic.
Yeah.
And Sean Ellis with the finish, and it's really nice to hear someone with an accent on TV.
Really? Yeah. Subtitles needed? No? Let's have a look at the goals from this one. An almighty cup set. Yep, it was a special night indeed in Victoria. They're doing so well there. I mean, our third cup set of the competition so far, and here's how it all started. It started from the penalty spot because of this, and Pinn, he stepped up. I like his comments there. Like, usually the skipper takes them, but I was like, I want to get a goal in this. I mean, that's what it takes, doesn't it, Macca? The confidence to stand over the ball and knock it in.
Yeah, and, you know, you've got to have confidence to take penalties. It's a lot of pressure. Like we said earlier, he probably didn't get the direction he wanted, but he got some pretty good power behind it, and although Pavlicic's got his hand to it, there was nothing he could do to stop it.
Then, after that, in the second half, we got Mikhail Docker, who, again, had a sensational season last year, pint-sized Brazilian, and he took his chance as well. Right, left, went straight through the legs of the Burgers defender, and you really thought at this moment that the momentum was starting to shift and that the Central Coast, just the class of the Central Coast, would see them through, because they did have their opportunities after this.
Definitely. I think after the initial scare of going 1-0 down, you could see Docker there saying calm down, as if, you know, we're back in this. And to be fair, for the rest of the 90 minutes they looked strong, but this goal here from Pinn really kind of changed the game and the dynamic of the game. Good ball inside, good touch, and I think it hits Caltech on the kneecap and goes over the goalkeeper.
Isn't it? I mean, the step over.
It is. Well, it's an error here, isn't it? Let's be honest. Again, too long on the ball. And I'm thinking here, just shoot with your left foot. Just doesn't matter. It's at the last minute anyway. Just go for glory. But he does wonderfully well. But that there, I could watch that over and over again, because 100 out of 100 people are going to just try and put that away, aren't they? But he's just gone, nah, I'm just going to sell him a dummy, and here, my teammate, you go and do it. You get the glory. You go and put it away. It was just beautiful.
Would you
great
have had the confidence to do that, Macca? Just the old step over?
Would I step over for someone else?
No way in the world. You'd be like, another stat for me, please.
Yeah, I would have been tough. That'd have been putting that.
Too, because these were absolutely nuts. Well done to the Burgers, getting it done in the end. 3-1. Can you believe it? 3-2 for NWS Spirit. That's over the Glenorchy Knights. That was their first appearance in the round of 32, the team from Tassie. And then Olympic FC, scenes there as well. They got the win in extra time over APIA Leichhardt. That was an absolute arm wrestle, that one. But let's go into the dressing sheds, because this is what it's all about. These live pictures, and I'm sure any moment now when they all get in there, we're going to hear them go crazy. Look at the kids.
Health and safety issue there straight away.
Oh, that is what it is all about. The old blokes are in there, the kids, the wives, the girlfriends, and of course the players. Macca, special night. This is a moment they will never forget, beating the treble team.
Yeah. Well, that's it. And we talked, it was John Anastasiadis spoke before the game in that little feature we had about how when he was a kid he remembers being here. These kids will be talking about that in 30, 40 years' time, how they were in the shed, how they were there at the game when they beat the Australian champions, the AFC Cup champions and the premiers all in one night and their home ground. So they'll never forget it.
I mean, just imagine that for the young kids in there, watching that, watching the guys that they see run around at training on the weekend, beating the A-League champions, the AFC Cup champions, the Premier's Plate holders. Honestly, what a way to get inspired if you want to play this great game.
Magic, and they're the photographs that are going to be on the wall at the club in years to come, and they're the drinks that all the guys are going to have over the years, and that's the game they're going to talk about.
But not too many drinks tonight. As we heard from Josh Pinn.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe a word of that.
Yeah.
When you get that spirit going, there's no way. There has to be a couple enjoyed. All right, let's have a look at the other highlights from the games tonight. We're going to go to the Spirit game over Glenorchy. Now, this one looked like it was going to be one-way traffic. We thought it would be. It's at the Arctic Circle where it's extremely cold. The home side, well, 3-0. It could have been more, should have been more, but still they'll be very happy with this, and on to the round of 16, which is a great achievement for this side who, well, Roy, you know them quite well, and they're not doing the greatest in the New South Wales NPL, but geez, to be able to go through to the round of 16 in the Australia Cup, what a way to boost your spirits at the back end of the season.
They've kind of lacked a little bit of cutting edge in the league this year. They play some nice football, like you can see here, lovely build-up play, but they don't do enough of that. Cutting teams open and finishing the game off, and great play by Chidiak, great run by Darko, wonderful finish, as was the first goal as well at the back stick. But you know, they're a good side on their day. They pass the ball very well, but this was a game I think we all tipped them to win.
Yeah.
And this is the third goal coming up, and Zach Chianchi eventually gets on the end of it. But again, good build-up play. Glenorchy with no answers, and Chianchi in the right place at the right time.
Of all the places to come and play the Arctic Circle, I thought the Tasmanians, they'd be ready for the colder conditions. But of course, a much classier outfit in this NPL side. I guess, Macca, when you're not fighting for finals in your comp, you're just going to put absolutely everything you've got into the Australia Cup. And here we go. Let's see if we can enjoy a few more dressing sheds. Another team in yellow. It's the Yellows on fire tonight. Just soaking it up in the sheds. Another special moment for this team.
Exactly. And it's probably this one was more predictable. I think we thought that the Spirit would be a little bit too strong for the team from down south, and they got the job done. And
ridiculous. Are you playing them this weekend? No?
No, we played them a couple of weeks ago. So.
To one another at pace. Every time we took a look at our screen, we got the split screens in here. There was someone on the deck, claret here, there and everywhere, limping off. Got very touchy, but this is all it takes in extra time. Boom, into the back of the net.
Yeah,
would you say an upset there?
Well, yeah, I guess beforehand we thought APIA would probably be a little too strong, but I can tell you what, over the next 2 days there'll be some really sore bodies after this.
We saw Falcons, we saw Claret. It was ridiculous,
I don't think I've seen as many aggressive challenges and bodies clattering together as I have in this game, and it was also sprinkled with some wonderful football, great goalkeeper saves, and the goal to win it was fantastic. Brought it down, did well, and then we obviously saw a red card as well. It had everything, this game, and as I said, they'll all be having the ice on the legs and the arms and the heads and everything to try and recover from that one.
You saw how much it meant to Olympic playing at home. I mean, what a way to do it too. In an argy-bargy. I mean, the feeling you get after a win like that when it's full-on warfare and you get the win. I mean, yes, sore bodies, but right now you're sky high.
Well, I think their coach, Chris Grossman, had them hyped up.
Yeah, didn't he?
APIA were the favourites and they weren't coming to their backyard and taking anything away with them. And I think the two physios, going to be struggling with exhaustion, I think, after that one.
Okay, well, you might need a physio after what you're about to do, because you're making your way up, because we're going to do the draw for the round of 16. So you make your way up there and we're going to bring you the principles. What we are going to tell you about this draw. Here are the principles. Now, where matches involve member-fed clubs, the first drawn team will host. Where matches involve only A-League clubs, the first drawn hosts again. But where matches involve a member-fed and an A-League club, the member-fed gets those hosting rights. Wellington Phoenix are no longer with us. That was another cup set, so we don't have to worry about them. But following the round of 16 draw, we're going to do the quarters and the semis as well. And the competition, of course, is an open draw, allowing any team to play any opponents. And right now, it's in the hands of Roy. Okay, so we're looking at the qualified teams. There they are. We are going to pit them against each other. And I think you should start spinning in there, my friend. I think we are ready to go, and we will see who we are going to draw out first.
There we go. First one up, Olympic Kingsway.
Olympic Kingsway, the team from WA. Now, who are they going to be facing off against in the round of 16?
They will face a good one. Adelaide
United. Wow, a big road trip for Adelaide United. You would say that would be a pretty tough way to get going in this round of 16. Let's have a look at match number 2.
NWS Spirit.
Spirit, who are in very high spirits after winning that one here tonight. So the Spirit with a nice 3-0 win. And that was at their home ground tonight. Let's see who they will be facing in the round of 16.
Another good one.
Melbourne victory. Wow.
I'm nailing this. Magic.
It is magic. You're doing a really good draw. So Victory again are going to be on the road.
We have Hume City.
Hume City FC. That is match number 3. Hume City and their opponents for the round of 16
will be Melbourne, Serbia.
Melbourne, Serbia. That is a big task for Melbourne, Serbia, but they pulled off a remarkable win. That was last night, and they are a third-tier competition team in Melbourne.
That's a good game for them as well. That's a good opportunity. You know, that'll be the one they were probably thinking of.
All right.
There we go.
Win. What do you got in there?
What you got? South Melbourne. Who were very impressive last night.
Home again.
And it's a good home ground for them, and they are sitting atop the Victorian competition. So this will be a tough task for whoever they're facing.
They will play against
Olympic,
our favourite aggressive outfit from Queensland, Olympic FC.
And I would expect fireworks if tonight is anything to go by with that.
Yeah, I think
Don't you reckon with South Melbourne?
Yeah.
Bring it on.
They've sent the benchmark now. Olympic,
Absolutely, yeah.
Match number 5.
Oakley Cannons.
Oakley Cannons. Now, they've already pulled off one hell of an upset, a cup set over last year's champion, Sydney FC. Will they get another A-League team?
No, they'll be staying local.
Heidelberg United. Ooh. Now, that is going to be a spicy showdown.
Tasty, isn't it?
Hey, 2 locals going at it.
It's a good one, though. Good tight. Okay, Lions FC of
Lions
Queensland.
FC and the Queenslanders.
They will play.
Who shall they be facing? Home game locked in.
They will play Western Sydney Wanderers.
Western Sydney Wanderers. What are you thinking of the Wanderers so far this year, Macca? New coach, new direction.
Coach, yeah, be a whole heap of players, I would guess, too. They haven't been too much movement in the market yet, but I think this will be a good test for Lions. I think they'll be looking at them going, let's try and have another
second trip to Queensland for Wanderers.
Yes, it
right?
was, yep.
Yeah.
Got the first one done.
Okay,
That's
we
number
have
7.
Macca's former club, Perth Glory.
Perth Glory. They were in the goals. They scored 5 the other night, did they not? 5-4 the result in that one.
What a game that was.
Yep. I don't mind pulling the trigger. Taggart, the main man there.
They will be gegenpressing against Morton City Excelsior.
So Morton City hosting that one. Bit of a trip there for Perth Glory. And then the final one, match day 8. Trying to think who's left in here.
The Jets are going to be in there, haven't they?
Haven't they?
The mighty Newcastle Jets.
Newcastle Jets, as you say it.
And they will play. There's only one left. Not much stirring in that.
Oh, it's MacArthur.
MacArthur?
Is it MacArthur? Have I called it?
Called it.
It is MacArthur. All right. Well, that last one.
So only one A-League.
Yep, only one A-League showdown.
Yep.
The rest of them, there's chance for more cup sets that we're seeing so far. Macca, anyone really stand out for you? I mean, the Jets and MacArthur should be a fairly juicy showdown, seeing as though they're 2 A-League teams going at it.
Yeah, look, obviously Oakley and Heidelberg getting each other's a bit of a local derby there with a bit of bragging rights will be nice to see, but I'd like to see, Melbourne Serbia, how they can go again in the next round to pull it off. If they can get through the next round, would be an absolutely monumental one. So hopefully they'll be packed out there with all their supporters to support them as well.
Yeah, you hope so. All right, here they are. Roy's done an outstanding job. These are the matchups as we've just gone through them right the way through to match 8. Now, what we're going to do here, we are going to draw for the quarterfinals and the semi-finals after that. So we're going to do a changing of the balls. Bring them in, please. Our representative from Football Australia, Todd, kindly placing them in. Now, we don't want to crack them open because it means we're going to have to pull them back out and go again. So he's being very delicate.
Come on, Todd.
Don't make a mistake here. This is your time to shine, Todd. No errors whatsoever. And he's done a marvellous job.
Well played.
Now, Roy, you can spin him around, do your thing. He's going to juggle these later, ladies and gentlemen. A clown, as he told us earlier.
Yeah, I've been called a clown, but never a juggler. There we go. So, first up, match 2.
Match 2. So the winner of Spirit and Melbourne Victory in the first quarter-final. And they will be playing the winner of match 7, which is Morton City up against Perth Glory. Quarterfinal number 2.
Match 8.
Match 8. That is the all A-League showdown between the Newcastle Jets and MacArthur. It's been a tough old time for MacArthur. And the Jets with home ground advantage in that one. And they will be playing the winner of match 5, which is the Cannons and Heidelberg. That will be a tough challenge for whoever is looking to get through to that semi-final. That will be a huge showdown. Our third quarter-final. The winner of match 1 between Olympic Kingsway and Adelaide United. And they will be playing against the winner of match number
6.
Match number 6, Lions FC and Western Sydney Wanderers. And our final quarter-final matchup
will be match 3.
Match number 3. Which is Hume City and Melbourne Serbia, as we keep saying, from the 3rd tier of the Victorian competition on this fairy tale run up against the winner of match 4, which will be a very spicy one between South Melbourne and Olympic FC.
So we will have an NPL team in the semi-finals, if that's my maths are right, is it?
Mate,
Hume City, Serbia, Melbourne, and then South Melbourne and Olympic FC.
Yep, you are correct.
Good.
Well,
what we want.
This is exactly what we want in the competition. Now, we're going to go right the way through so you can see how your team has the possibility to make it through to the big dance. Todd, much easier job this time. Look at that. He's nailed it. 2 at a time. And Roy the Guru is just going to give him a spin and we will find out the semi-final showdowns.
There we go. First up, quarter-final 2.
Quarter-finalists number 2. That's the winner of M8 and M5.
Quarterfinal,
The quarterfinal 4.
So that's our NPL teams.
M8, M5. Okay, yeah, it is. Semi-final number 2.
Quarterfinal
number 1.
Which, not a mathematician, must mean number 3 is left, I think.
That's it.
There you go. I've become Rain Man.
He's done it. Quarterfinal number 3. So that is the passage for your team to get all the way through to the Australia Cup final. A team that we won't see and a team that hasn't won that trophy, but they won absolutely every other trophy, was the Central Coast Mariners. They're going to have to wait again because they suffered a major cup set tonight.
Yep.
And as we heard in the rooms, not 1, not 2, but 3 goals in the end, Macca.
Well, 1 for each trophy they hold at the moment, but they won't be getting their hands on the Australia Cup for another year, so it's the one that keeps evading them.
It is, yep. Look, an absolutely cracking night of football. Here it is. Here is the round of 16. They're the key matchup. Kingsway against United Spirit, against Melbourne Victory, Hume City and Melbourne Serbia, South Melbourne and Olympic FC, the two who like to really throw it at one another. Oakley Cannons and Heidelberg is another massive showdown. 2 locals going at it there in Melbourne. Lions FC and Western Sydney. Moreton City Excelsior up against Perth Glory. And the Newcastle Jets, they are hosting Macarthur FC in the final game of the round of 16. Macca, did you think we would see this cup set here tonight? The 3rd so far in the competition. I mean, it is a tough competition for these A-League sides who, I mean, it was mentioned in the post-match. Yes, they're only 2 or 3 weeks into their pre-season, but they do have that class. They're fully professional players, but these guys are highly tuned and throwing everything at them.
Yeah, exactly right. It's the perfect opportunity for these NPL teams to do it, but you've still got to step up and do it. And as Roy said, he predicted that this is the one that might be the upset tonight. But down the water, down in Victoria, there's something happening down there.
Something. I just think it is
they're not
extremely
afraid of the
cold.
A-League teams.
It's just too cold in winter for the A-League teams. The Sydney-based ones, anyway, or New South Wales-based ones. Your thoughts then on Heidelberg, what this does for the team going forward in this competition? All right, they've got a tough draw, really. They've got an opportunity, though. I mean, what does this do, if you're in their shoes, for this Australia Cup moving forward?
Well, it gives them every confidence. They beat the best team in the country.
Yeah.
But no, they're not. It's not a secret anymore. Heidelberg are there to compete. So people will be out to get them now.
And clearly a wily coach who wouldn't mind a gig in the A-League. A couple of cup sets from him. So look out. He's putting his hand in the air for a crack. That is all we have time for here tonight. We hope you've enjoyed our coverage, all the goals, all the action and the draw. Roy, I mean, a round of applause for Roy. That was a terrific job. A juggler in his next life. Yeah, there we go. We've got to get to sleep now, don't we? You've got a big drive ahead of you. So thanks for your company, guys. Thanks for watching at home. And we'll see you for more Australia Cup action very soon. It is bye for now.